The state of New York is going after ghost gun suppliers and manufacturers that are selling 80% lowers in New York. What do I mean? Watch this one. Before we get going, I just want to say thank you to our newest channel sponsor, and that is the USCCA. The United States Concealed Carry Association is different than most concealed carry insurance companies because in addition to insurance, if you have to use your firearm in self-defense, they also offer the most training and education that are out there. I have been reading a lot of the stuff online and watching some of their videos, and they're actually pretty good. And I would tell you if they were not good, because why would I tell you that it's a good thing if it wasn't? But it's a good option if you are the type of person who says, you know what, if God forbid if I have to utilize my firearm, I don't have enough money on hand to get an attorney and to keep me out of jail and pay the bail. So, and that's what USCCA will do, and that's exactly why I became a member. So check them out. The link is in the description if you want to join or not. It's fine, but if you do join and use that link, they help this channel with a little bit of a kickback, and it helps keep the lights on. Letitia James is the Attorney General of the state of New York. Well, she, 2 days ago, decided she was going to stop companies who would sell 80% lowers into her state. Now, assault weapons, as they call them in that state, have been illegal since the SAFE Act, and they don't want anybody to have them. In fact, her statement, and I'll have a copy of the actual cease and desist letter that she sent to 16 different manufacturers. She didn't release the names of them to keep, basically not allow business to funnel to them because they are selling the stuff in New York. But what she's doing is kind of evil. Now, like I said, I'll have her cease and desist letter. The link will be in the description, but I'll read you some quotes from it. Your website offers unfinished lower receivers that require simple milling in order to manufacture unregistered and unserialized assault weapons, despite the fact that such manufacture and possession are illegal in New York. Nor does your website adequately warn New York consumers that using these products in the manner for which they are intended and advertised could result in imprisonment and/or fines. The sale of such products to New Yorkers gravely endangers the public welfare by promoting the possession of illegal weapons and obstructing law enforcement investigation into the misuse of these weapons, and constitutes a criminal offense under New York state law. Now, merchants who defy her order could face $5,000 of per penalty, per infraction. So $5,000 penalty for each infraction. Now, this anti-gunner even says, and I want to use her quote perfect because I don't want to, misquote the crazy people. The proliferation of these types of weapons has not only caused indescribable suffering across the country, but gravely endanger every New Yorker. So if you have a gun that you build and follow federal law, you're endangering every New Yorker, even though you'll probably never ever use it against any New Yorker unless you need to defend yourself from a New Yorker. So primarily she's going after companies that will sell 80% lowers to residents living in New York. Now, she's upset because 80% lowers don't require background checks, nor do they require federal firearms licenses for the purchaser. That's because they're not firearms, and she doesn't understand that. And you are allowed federally to lawfully make your own gun as long as you don't sell it. You can use it for yourself. They also have their eyes on companies who offer their own jigs for milling out these 80% lowers. Here's the worst part. All right, I'm going to read you right from her letter. In fact, I'm going to flip it so I can see it without squinting here. This is direct to those manufacturers. You should take all necessary steps to preserve all physical and electronic records and data pertaining to matters that are the subject of this letter. The information that should be preserved includes active data readily accessible today, archive data stored on backup media, and deleted data still recoverable through the use of computer forensics. You should also take the affirmative steps to prevent anyone with access to your data systems and archives from seeking to modify or destroy electronic evidence on network or local hard drive servers. And finally, she says, pursuant to this law, she's quoting, the recipients of this notice are afforded the opportunity to show orally or in writing to the State of New York Office of the Attorney General within 5 business days of receipt of this notice why the Attorney General should not initiate an enforcement action. Such correspondence may be sent to ghostguns@ag.ny.gov. So she is saying that if you can't tell us why we shouldn't go after you for $5,000 per sale or infraction, we're going to do it. And they want all of your records to prove that you had or had not sold an 80% lower to the people in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what tyranny looks like. This is the AG of New York. Looking to go after people who sell chunks of metal or chunks of plastic. That's all they are. People are allowed to buy chunks of metal, and if they decide that they want to make that metal into something that is usable, or in this case, they can defend their family or their own lives with, why does she have a problem with it? I wonder. Don't forget, today is Wednesday, September 25th. Today is the day that the House Judiciary Committee will be voting on the assault weapon ban of 2019. It will pass out of committee. There's no question in my mind. There's not enough pro-gun people in the committee anyway. And it's going to be scheduled for a full floor vote in the House. As soon as I get the date, I will let you know. And if you want to know, you need to subscribe to this channel. This is where you're going to find the best and the fastest news on the Second Amendment, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, right here, Guns and Gadgets. Till we see each other again, this is Jared, your humble host. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry your weapon. Take care, everybody.